Hi. You know what a parable is? A parable is a made-up story that Jesus used to tell. Well, he told a lot of for real stories, but sometimes he had to use a parable so people would get the point of something. So it would explain something. So he would make up a parable to explain what he was trying to say. And I want to tell you, maybe you could call it a parable if you want to, but not all of what I'm saying today is a parable. Some is real. The real thing is, I used to have a little girl. She's a big, beautiful, grown-up lady now, but she was little once. And I used to love to read her a poem lots of times at bedtime. And this is how the poem went. Down in the meadows where the grasshoppers hop and the katydids buzz and the beetles go plop. Down in the meadow where the flutter moths flop, an old withered fairy keeps a second-hand shop. And you know what? She uses old thimbles for fairy milk pails and burnt-out matches for fence posts and rails and bright-colored marbles to bowl on the green and pretty cut glass for the crown of a queen. Oh, don't feel bad for things that you lose, like spin tops and whistles, or maybe little dolly shoes. Don't feel bad. These are things that fairy folks can use, 'cause down in the meadow, in the tall grass, where the grasshoppers hop, there's an old withered fairy that keeps a second-hand shop. Oh, I tell you, she and I used to love just reading that poem together and let our minds just go down into the tall grass and into the meadow. Sometimes life would get rough, and it still does. You know, today, even I'm an old grandma now, but when I start thinking about all the bad things that are, the negative things that are happening, all the critters that might be in trouble out in the field or in the homes, all of God's creation that might be in trouble, or us as people, all the bad things that can happen to us, sometimes in a New York second, our whole life can change. But that's because Satan entered into this world and Adam and Eve listened to him. Do you know, it's like a pawn shop. You know what a pawn shop is? Well, if I have a violin and I turn it into the pawn shop, I give it to that man because I want money for it so I can go buy something else that I want. But if I get enough money back again, I want to go back and redeem my violin too before somebody else buys it. I want to redeem it. I don't want somebody else's violin back. I want my violin back. That was my violin. And the scriptures tell us, and this is not a fairy tale and not a parable. The scriptures tell us that God is sending his son Jesus Christ back to earth to redeem all of creation. He doesn't want something else back. It's just like my violin. I want my violin back. Well, Jesus is coming back to redeem us. What he lost to Satan, he wants it back. The very same thing. And that includes the animals, and it includes all creation, and it includes me. He wants me back. So if we give our heart to Jesus, he's saying, okay, I'm coming back to get you, even though you've been bought out by Satan. You know, sin isn't just doing wrong things. It's bad things that happen to us, like bald heads and pot bellies, or torn up arms and elbows, and losing those that we love. He's going to get rid of all of that when he comes again. It says all creation shall be redeemed. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to put all the reference verses. It says that we're going to, when he comes back, he's going to make a new heavens and a new earth. A new earth! Wow! And it says that we're going to build homes. We're going to plant gardens. And other people won't come and steal or try to destroy any of that. And all the animals that were predators are going to lie down together in peace. They're just going to munch on the grass and be at peace together. Isn't it wonderful to know God's going to redeem the earth back to what it was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden? And that's not a parable. That's the truth. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for God to come to send his son Jesus Christ back to raise the dead, not somebody else, the one that he lost to death, sin and death, he's going to raise us up. It says, for the day is coming in the which all who are in their graves shall hear his voice and shall come forth. Wow! And he's going to redeem, not just get something else back, he's going to redeem what he lost. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that day, I've just got to say, I let my mind go to the pretend right here in Possum Trot. There's a place, a pretend place, and it's down in the meadows where the grasshoppers hop, and the katydids buzz, and the flutter moths flop. Down in the meadow where the June bugs go plop. An old withered fairy keeps a second-hand shop. Have a wonderful day. Until we get redeemed, keep looking forward to that day. Jesus is coming. New heavens and a new earth. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And the heavens will all be made new. Everything will be ours. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye. From Possum Trot, where I'm going to sit down in the meadow and look for that old fairy in the second-hand shop.